What a fucking movie. All right, let's talk about it a little bit because that's what we do here on Film Night. I'll talk about this movie a little bit before we, move on and do what else we're gonna do tonight. First of all, though, we gotta pull up this track, bro.
I think I am.
This song
When I
powers the entire movie.
you're always there.
This song powers the entire
Listen
fucking movie.
what I can tell. 'Cause you're my gospel, my daily bread. That's why I think I am.
I am.
I am. I think I am. I think I am. I'm glad I am. I'm proud I am.
A real religious man. Yeah, that song goes so crazy. Okay, so let's talk about it a little bit. I mentioned that this watching a movie by Jared Hess is interesting because he is the director of the upcoming Minecraft movie, which is an absolutely colossal budget film. Probably anywhere from $100 to $200 million is going to be spent on that movie. And his first film was really such like a bellwether project. I don't know how many of you have seen this movie at this point, but the movie in question is Napoleon Dynamite. And Napoleon Dynamite is one of those comedies that when it came along, there was really like nothing else like it. The only way I can describe it, it kind of felt like, I don't know if you guys have ever watched films by Sean Baker. He's the guy who did Florida Project and Tangerine and Red Rocket, but it kind of felt like it was like absurdist, but also at the same time, like ultra realist, where it didn't feel like you were looking at a Hollywood movie. It was almost like a, Scum Art, the guy who does the art of all like the streamers, it almost felt like a Scum Art version of like reality, where everyone was like almost cartoonized and made to look like a small town fever dream, like parody of middle America. Anyway, if you've never seen this movie, Napoleon Dynamite is well worth a watch. It's so bizarre, and it launched the very kind of short-lived career of John Heater, I believe his name is, who never could really recapture the glory of Napoleon Dynamite. But Napoleon Dynamite was like a wave. This movie absolutely went insane. To this day, anytime you put on Jamiroquai, I got candy in my heels tonight, baby, people will do the Napoleon Dynamite dance. And there's just, Uncle Rico is such an iconic character. This was really such a massive debut for Jared Hess. And then years later, 2 years, in fact, he releases Nacho Libre. And Nacho Libre is a much bigger film in terms of talent and budget and everything else. Obviously, Jack Black was kind of like really in the cut. Like he was having his, comedy moment, and they paired him with this, and this movie got panned when it first came out. I think people didn't know what to make of it. It was too silly for a lot of audiences, and it was too weird. People did not know how to feel about this film. I think the other thing that people don't know how to deal with is that Jack Black's character gets his fucking ass kicked up until the last frame of the movie. But critics hated this movie. And it's interesting because I think it was them kind of pushing back against the Napoleon Dynamite, Nacho Libre, like anti-cinema movement. I seem to think that these movies can be classified as mumblecore movies. I don't know if you've ever heard of mumblecore, but mumblecore is like this kind of like intense slice of life, like people talking, just dump you into like normalcy, and just like let it kind of fucking Duplass brothers are really the ones that come to mind when you talk about mumblecore. And I think that Jared Hess's movies are like almost surrealist, absurdist mumblecore, where like so much of the humor in these movies aren't like the big set pieces and the big moments, just kind of like these long, weird deliveries. Like the faces in this movie do so much work where, they'll just be like, I'd love that. And it's just so like, it's just so strange. Obviously, I think because of the symmetry in this film and the color and the kind of like lost somewhere in the 60s or 70s vibe in this movie, it has a Wes Anderson feel. You look at this movie and you're like, there are pieces of Wes Anderson, but anytime something's set in the 60s or 70s and has a symmetry and a technicolor element to it. His next film, by the way, was Masterminds. Next big film. People fucking hated this movie. They fucking despised this movie. So I'm really interested to see what Jared Hess does with the Minecraft movie, because it's going to have a huge budget. And if Barbie can fly, anything can, really. That's my kind of take on this. But yeah, that's film night for tonight. We don't get to watch too many comedies in this channel, so it felt really good to kind of just sit down and watch one. I do think that Jack Black carried Nacho Libre. I really don't know if that movie works without so many of his deliveries that are just so fucking stupid. They're perfect. Gentlemen Broncos is where it's at. I've heard Gentlemen Broncos is excellent. Does anybody have any questions about that film or filmmaking related to that film before we move on? Quotable, very quotable. Comedies have been underwhelming since 2020. I don't disagree with that. I don't see many good comedies. The last great comedy I saw, truly, that I think so many people did not fucking understand this film at all. I think this is one of the most lost comedies ever. Triangle of Sadness. Triangle of Sadness was fucking brilliant. This movie was fucking brilliant. And I think it was wasted on so many people that just didn't understand that it was meant to be a total farce from top to bottom. It is a total farce. It is basically a absolute indictment of wealth and of any way to spend, distribute, or conceive of the idea of wealth. It's so fucking good. It was nominated for Best Picture, I'm pretty sure. Jack Black's best performance. I probably have an interesting take on this that I don't know if many people will agree with. I think Jack Black's best film ever is Saving Silverman. Saving Silverman is so fucking funny. To this day, it is unbelievable. Saving Silverman is one of those movies that slides by the wayside, but it was like right after he got out of Tenacious D. And it's like, I have watched Saving Silverman probably 40 times, and it's so fucking funny. It is so if you have never seen this movie, Saving Silverman is like the perfect 2000s comedy. It is about two friends that decide that their best buddy is marrying a bitch, and they're going to do everything they can to get him back together with his high school sweetheart. It's so simple. It's so fucking simple, but it is so goddamn good. Comedy! Ha! If you have any love of 2000s comedy, it is like the epitome. Now, that is not to say Jack Black doesn't have other tremendous films. I love all of the early stuff in his career. High Fidelity goes insane. School of Rock, unbelievably good. The Tenacious D movie is good, but the Tenacious D show is fucking cinema. The last one that I'll put on my list of his best stuff of all time is Tropic Thunder. Tropic Thunder is fucking very good. But yeah, that is my take. Shallow Hal also holds up. Orange County in a weird way. I got these ideas, man, like a big old hat to go. But I will maintain this. I am looking at a wall of his films, and I will maintain this. I will maintain this. Saving Silverman is fucking hilarious. And it has a terrible Rotten Tomatoes score.
Just wanted.
Oh, fuck. I turned off the alert. I'm so sorry. I had it off. I'm so sorry. You can refund that. I fucked up. Kung Fu Panda is very good too. Hey, Will, just wanted to say that your movie night recommendations last night got me some of the best top that I've ever gotten in my whole life. Oh my God, Ratatouille and Head. Do you agree that Napoleon Dynamite was way ahead of its time? So that's an interesting question. Ahead of its time is indicative of the idea that there was a trend in filmmaking that it like preempted. I think that Napoleon Dynamite wasn't just ahead of its time. It was an innovator. Like that style of humor kind of was born in that moment. Like, no, I can't think of films that were really hitting just that awkward, like cringe, like just note like Napoleon Dynamite was. It was kind of a lane all of its own, like genre defining, really. And I don't know if anybody is old enough to remember. I know we got some real heads here, but if any of you guys are Zoomers or Alpha-ers, the impact from Napoleon Dynamite when I was in junior high was fucking crazy. There were Napoleon Dynamite lunchboxes, stickers, backpacks, t-shirts, television shows. It was just everywhere. And it was very polarizing. You're right. It was extremely polarizing because it was like nothing you had ever seen before. So some people were like, ew, this is gross. I hate this. Fuck this movie. I am a real religious man. Vote for Pedro everywhere. Vote for Pedro everywhere. Did Hispanic audiences feel differently about Nacho Libre? I don't know that. I don't know what the reception of Nacho Libre among Spanish audiences was. Perhaps someone who is Spanish, an audience, has a better understanding of that. We love it. Yeah, I'll be honest. I understand how, to an outside observer, it might make you kind of like flinch a little bit at some of the kind of absurdist notes, but I think that it's so absurd that no one gets bothered by it. I think a lot of people are like, "Oh, this is just a total farce." I don't think at any point he's trying to punch down at Mexicans in any way. I think it's just a Wes Anderson version of a Mexican film. You know what I mean? Like, in the same way that Wes Anderson kind of adds that like kitschy, lost in time feeling. I think that's more of what he was going for with an absurdist comedy than like, making any kind of overarching statements about inherently being Mexican. Yeah, and the accent, I think, is just to make it crappy. I don't think like he was, he at any point he thought like Jack Black was doing a good Mexican accent. I think that the note was basically like, "Hey Jack, can you just make your accent total dog shit?" I think that's funny. Like Hassan. Damn. If you're into obscure cinema, that leaves a stain in your brain. Have you seen Beyond the Black Rainbow? That's actually a film by my favorite director, Panos Cosmatos. So of course I've seen it. Panos Cosmatos is, I think, like the visionary of our generation, and he's only made 2 films and a TV show. But like everything about Panos fucking really does it for me. Nacho Libre, a SmackDown hit in Mexico. Okay, so here's an article. Let me turn my alerts back on. Here's an article from Haas basically saying that it was received well in Mexico. It's also not like they didn't have a Mexican cast. They did. The only non-Mexican cast member is Jack Black, who they explain his dad was a missionary from Scandinavia.
I'm ballsy.
Yes.
I don't take no shit from anyone.
Wondering if you saw the Megalopoly trailer that dropped from Francis Ford Coppola, and if you're familiar with the background on it almost bankrupting him as a passion project.
Yes, and also that he smoked a brick of weed before every filming, which is awesome. You ever watch Enter the Void? Yeah, so that's Gaspar Noé. I always get asked about Into the Void because it's such an experimental and visual film. And I always say, for me, Noé's like style didn't lock in until climax. I feel like Noé was a director who was like trying to find his voice. And I think that climax Into the Void is so different that it really like mesmerizes people. But if you watch Climax, it's just a fucking perfect movie. It's so good. It's so fucking good. Did you hear Scorsese was trying to kiss female extras too? I did not hear that. Do you think lowbrow, non-derogatory humor can hold up in a time where the masses move on to the next thing and critics demand the value of a good fart joke or a funny face? Demean the value of a good... I do think it's interesting. I think that one of the problems is we live in a time where everything has to have a message. Thank you so much. Everything has to have a message. And I think that some of my favorite comedies are just stupid. They're just stupid for being stupid's sake. And we really haven't seen that many films recently that are just stupid for stupid's sake. We'll see. I don't know. I've seen a certain amount of slapstick and absurdist humor make a comeback on social media. Stupid equals good. That is the worst interpretation of what I said. No, I don't think stupid equals good. I just think that there are equal places for projects with a deeper meaning and projects that just exist to entertain, particularly in the world of comedy. And I think we have an overabundance of one and a dearth of the other, and that leads to an inflation in value of the prior. What are your top 3 stupid movies for stupid's sake? Naked Gun, Hot Shots Part 2, and probably Beverly Hills Ninja. All 3 of those movies are fucking like mouth-breathing stupid. But they are all so fucking funny. Also, Hot Shots Part 2 is stupid in a brilliant way. We're like, you have to be a comedic genius to be that fucking dumb. Jackers, I know you're still here, but we're gonna do film night. We're gonna answer questions like we always do.
Have you heard anything about the Scorsese Grateful Dead movie with Jonah Hill playing Jerry Garcia?
No, I haven't. I haven't heard anything about that. Dumb and Dumber. Dumb and Dumber is another very stupid for the sake of being stupid, but also brilliant. Like some of those jokes are, our pets' heads are falling off. Blazing Saddles. I think Blazing Saddles is fucking brilliant. Mel is, God, he's so fucking funny. A lot of people will watch Blazing Saddles now and not get how based it is, but it's also so fucking based. What do you think of Hot Fuzz? I think Hot Fuzz is one of the best comedies of all time. Edgar Wright made 2 of the best comedies of all time in Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. Hot Fuzz is like really, really just a well done film. Shaun of the Dead might be the best parody of all time. And ironically, not just one of the best parodies of all time, one of the top 10 zombie movies ever made. And it's a total fucking farce. Shaun of the Dead is a masterpiece. Fucking masterpiece. Thoughts on The Other Guys? It's personally my favorite comedy. The Other Guys is very good, and it has an incredible cast, too. And it has some of the greatest moments. Aim for the Bushes is still like one of the most unexpectedly ridiculous moments in a film ever. Have you ever seen Juan of the Dead? I have not. Young Frankenstein? I mean, anything Mel Brooks is going to have an inherent level of quality there. Did you ever see Club Dread? I did. I was obsessed with Broken Lizard. Interestingly enough, I once upon a time was supposed to, this is so random. Once upon a time, eons ago, I was supposed to work with hold on. Yeah, Paul Soter. I sat down with Paul Soter, and I was such a big fan. He was doing work with an advertising agency, and they needed a young kid in digital. And I was still like at BuzzFeed. And I came to him with my hands out. And I was like, bro, whatever you got for me, like, just give it to me. And we actually had a really, really good talk just about comedy. And he kind of like encouraged me. And he was like, yeah, you're funny. Like, don't worry about it. But we never worked it out. He was supposed to do an original series for this advertising agency. And he wanted someone who had the ability to make digital film on the cheap and be able to, you know, jump in if they needed me on camera. So I sat down with him and we had like a 2-hour conversation. And it was fucking amazing. So I am actually, even before that, I am a giant Broken Lizard fan. If you don't know Broken Lizard, Beer Fest, Super Troopers 2, The Slam and Salmon, Club Dread, just really good parody, weird film. And they've been doing it forever. Hi, thank you. Beer Fest is a classic. Beer Fest is their best movie. Top 5 comedians working right now. Like comedian actors or like stand-up comedians? Because that's 2 totally different answers. Both? I think he wants to know actors. The first one I will say won't be on many people's lists, but he absolutely should be. And it's absurd he's not on more people's lists. Charlie Day. Charlie Day is funny as fuck. He's just funny as shit. Everything he's in, he's funny. Everything he writes is funny. It is an absolute sin to me that Always Sunny has been as funny and as good as it has been for 15 years and hasn't won a fucking award. So fucking amazing. The other guy that I will name off rip, Donald Glover. Donald Glover is fucking hilarious. If you don't understand the genius of this man, you need to watch more of this man. He's profound. He's talented. He's brilliant. Everything he makes, whether it be music or television or stand-up or sketch, is just like, he's one of those guys that pisses me off. He's just good at everything. Try and think of other guys in comedy that are just like, brother. Trying to think like what else recently has just like, come on, it's hilarious. I am gonna give this to them. I'm gonna bind them together as one person, and I'm going to give it to them because they've been doing this for so fucking long, and they have some really interesting projects coming out. And I'm going to be honest, to beat the best, you got to be the best, you got to beat the best. And I don't think anybody's unseated these guys. I haven't liked their recent work as much, but Trey Parker and Matt Stone are just they have made so much funny shit. They have made so much funny shit. Meh, you can't say meh about Trey Parker and Matt Stone. You really can't. Team America, South Park, Basketball, The Book of Mormon. Dude, they have the most popular show on Broadway right now. The guys who started by doing cardboard cutout fart jokes have the most popular show on Broadway. Ahora. That's crazy to me. And we'll soon probably have another one of the most popular projects on Broadway as they are working with fucking Kendrick Lamar. Like, what? They're doing a musical with Kendrick Lamar? Like, what? 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 You haven't heard this? Bro, yeah. They're doing a musical with Kendrick Lamar. And it's going to be about Drake. No. Okay, so I technically named 4. I'll say I named 3. I'm going to give it to this guy. How can you not give it to this guy? Larry David, last season of Curb Your Enthusiasm came out. Come on. If this dude doesn't make you laugh, fuck off. Fuck off. He's funny in every single appearance he makes. He's just a funny motherfucker. And then the last one I will put in there because I like his shows. I like his stand-up. I like his appearances. I like his fucking podcast. Bill Burr. The last spot I'm going to give to Bill Burr. I tried to give all 5 to dudes that I think have had like a long career and a broad career. And that just like everything they make makes me laugh. Nathan Fielder is interesting because he has impressed me like even more as a storyteller and a filmmaker than a humorist. Oftentimes when I'm watching Nathan Fielder, my inclination is not to laugh, but to like cringe and be like, this is so brilliant. It's painful. It's so like, okay, The Curse was so fucking brilliant. The Rehearsal was so fucking brilliant. But I wasn't like laughing out loud. I was like this the whole time. Oh, 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 oh. So don't get me wrong. I think he is a fucking genius. But I just don't know if like when you're talking about like, Nathan Fielder is the first name that comes to mind. It's just like, oh, Will Ferrell. I think Will Ferrell has cooled off big time. I love Will Ferrell. Don't get me wrong. I love Will Ferrell. But like, how far back do we have to go to mention like a really poppin' Will Ferrell project? Probably the last like thing that he slayed me in was probably one of the last seasons of Eastbound and Down, which was like 2013. So you're talking like 10 years. But he's a god. He's a GOAT. The question was currently. Who are your top 5 currently? Not ever. Because if you say ever, it becomes a long and drawn out and different conversation. Kevin Hart is great. I think Kevin Hart has one of the most like practiced deliveries ever. My thing though is like Kevin Hart is kind of like a consistent B+. He's a consistent B+ where he always does a good job. He always makes me laugh. I cannot point to anything and be like, he did a bad job, but he's never because his early stand-up fucking wrecked me. But recently I feel like he's always in pretty safe projects is what I'll say. And I don't know if that's where I go to, really melt. Matt Berry. I mean, come on, man. What do you know? I love Matt Berry. Fuck off. I think Matt Berry is incredible, but like one of the top 5 comedians doing it right now. No, come on. Like I love Matt Berry. Wow, I fucking love the IT Crowd. I love What We Do in the Shadows. I love the Mighty Boosh. I love Snuffbox. But we're talking about like the real brass right now. Patton Oswalt right now in this moment, no. Amazing, incredible. Like, listen, guys, I don't like to do lists like this because everybody's just going to name a bunch of names of everybody they find funny at any point in the history of comedy now, and not really kind of take onto themselves that the question was top 5 right now. So I am gonna not participate in this anymore because I named my 5. Did you ever see that unaired pilot Jack Black did with the talking motorcycle, Heat Vision and Jack? Very funny on YouTube. I've never seen that. Stabby did the release schedule. I saw that. Thoughts on Aeon Flux? Man, what a fucking throwback that is. We got to see Stabby do the release, and then we'll watch a little Kangaroo Jack. Okay, Jackers? We'll watch a little fucking Kangaroo Jack. You relentless animals.
Nice work. Somehow, you always come through. But now, I've got a very important message that I need you to deliver.
Oh my God, Coach. I have been waiting for this moment my whole life.
Now that you've secured the schedule, there's no time to waste. Go straight to the airport. Grab that flight. Here's the company card. Don't let me down.
Straight to the airport. No messing around. Coach is depending on me.
Raven's flock.
Raven's flock. Look at the pants. Rock you like a hurricane.
Okay, everybody. Free stuffed animals for everybody who thinks we're going to beat the Bengals. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Beat the Bengals! Yeah! Excuse me.
Yes.
Which one of these fish is the most delicious?
You're not going to be able to eat any of fish.
I need to eat one of these fish, my friend.
That's not the thing.
I can afford it. Yeah!
My friend.
Everybody thinks the Ravens will win the Super Bowl. Gets a free lunch on me. Yeah! Let's get Ravens!
Oh my God. No. What? I've been to this restaurant. I've been to this restaurant with my buddy Mike Perazio. Holy shit. My fucking buddy from Dundalk, baby. Go Flock.
Everybody thinks the Ravens will win the Super Bowl. Gets a free lunch on me.
When I was here, I will admit to you, I was absolutely fucking annihilated. And not in the good way. Like hungover to the point where I thought I was going to fucking die. Yeah! Kai has been fighting Melania for like 8 hours. He's such a soldier.
Let's get Ravens!
Yeah, it's very famous, Will. I don't fucking know. It's Baltimore. It's Baltimore, okay? Relax. I was excited. Don't take my joy. Don't take it from me. I had this fucking muscle memory of being absolutely fucking shit ripped, dick fucked up at this bar right here while everybody was hammering seafood around me like, too many natty bows. I think I just immediately started hammering natty bows. I think we went to fucking Secrets after that. Is Secrets the name of the beach club in Ocean City? Someone help me. Oh no. Yup. Okay. I remember this day. We went to this place and then we went to Secrets in Ocean City. And the tables are partially. The tables are partially in the water. Okay, for this to make sense, I have to show you guys. Secrets in Ocean City, bro. Okay, this is Secrets in Ocean City. There are standing tables in the water like this, okay? There are standing tables in the water like this, and waitresses come out and take fucking drink orders from you, right? And the most insane thing I've ever done to try and pull a number, I was blackout. This is the same day. A waitress comes up and I'm dry from like the knees up. And I literally just look at her and I start peeing myself. Like a slow and gradual drip. I was just like, and she started cackling, dude. I think she gave me a free beer. Baltimore fucking rules, dude. God, Baltimore rules. It was visible. Okay, let me show you. The water was like here. The water was like here. And I just went and started peeing myself like this. Like, you know, like when a toddler shits themselves, where like they're talking and they're like, I want to watch Cocomelon. I did that. And I just started peeing myself. It was awesome. It was very funny. It was one of the funniest things ever. I front flipped off a deck that night. Oh my God, Baltimore got the best of me, bro. I am having flashbacks of all the dangerous shit I did at night in Baltimore. Dude, I probably drank 25 Natty Bows in a day. And that was a form of flirtation. I'm so lost. Listen, it didn't work. It didn't work. It made her laugh. You're going to realize one day that sometimes some women just like dudes who can make them laugh. That woman that I did that around was not one of them. She laughed, but she had no interest in me. But sometimes you just got to. Also, I was probably blacked out. I was a little blacked out. I was a little drunk. I was pretty drunk. I was basically blacked out. Dude, that is so funny that I saw this bar and I literally just went on like a goddamn time warp. I literally just had like, I just was like, I like came out of my standing brownout.
Let's get raining! Y'all think we're gonna beat the Eagles 100-0 or 200-0? 200. Yep. My man. Yeah. Me personally, I ain't never been more west than Frostburg, Maryland. But you know what? I might go this year. Then we're gonna beat the Raiders. Ain't that right, boys? Yeah. Beat the Raiders. Oh man, this is fun, but I gotta get out of here.
Don't you want to have a beer?
Free beer if the Ravens go 17-0. Yeah. Beer for you, brothers. Yeah.
This is awesome. Everybody's wearing Orioles jerseys. Baltimore is actually a sick place. I'm gonna give it to Baltimore.
Hey, Coach. Yeah, I'm on a tarmac. The flights keep getting delayed, but I'm almost there. I need a ride.
This was an awesome schedule announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to California. Don't forget your sunglasses.
Where is he, Dad? Where's he at? Where is he? He ain't even here.
Hey, Coach Harbaugh, great to see you.
See, I've been looking all over for you, Coach.
Welcome to LA.
Thank you. I got a very important message from Super Bowl winner John Harbaugh.
No. My dad told me to never take anything with nickel.
Okay, fine, but listen. He said you better have 53 place settings at the dinner table when the Ravens come to play.
Duly noted. Tell him I said hello.
And he also said he's Mom's favorite.
Duly noted.
You're going down hard.
He's mom's favorite. Stink bombs. Thank you for the raid. Man.
Hey, my bad. I ain't do all the games on the schedule, but whatever, yo. Google it if you're so curious, yo. You ain't got the internet? What you watching this on then, huh? Let's do Ravens.
Dude, when we got Stav to do that character, Ronnie, on our pod, it was one of the funniest. When he was talking about Shohei Ohtani, does anybody remember this? He basically said Shohei Ohtani was a Chinese sleeper cell agent. And then he was like, unless he's playing for the fucking Orioles, yo. If he's playing for the Orioles, then he's great. It was incredible. So good. All right, let's watch Little Fucking Kangaroo Jack. I got to pee. When I come back, we'll watch it. All right. Oh, God. All right, gang. God help us. Ronnie clip. Brought out one of your most iconic characters. In my opinion. Ronnie from Baltimore.
Yeah.
Could we maybe speak to Ronnie and what he would think about Shohei signing a $700 million contract?
Yeah. Okay, so they got. What's up, y'all? It's fucking Ronnie.
Oh, what's up, Ronnie?
Yeah, what's going on, yeah? Nice to be here. I'm just over here, just in Los Angeles, just hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Hanging out. I don't know what kind of fucking. Where the fuck is this guy from? What the hell kind of Mexicans y'all got over here? What the hell? They got different styles over here I am familiar with. I'm over here. Don't tell my parole officer I'm not technically supposed to be outside of Maryland. But, you know, I think personally, that money should go to an American player. It's the national, it's the Major League Baseball, and something rubs me the wrong way with giving hard-earned American dollars to a Japanese guy. Okay?
Good point, Ronnie. Good point, Ronnie.
I just don't really like that. Okay? I don't trust them. Okay? I steal all my electronics American made.
So fucking good.
I think they're spawn.
I steal all my electronics American made is fucking gas. All right, here we go. Kangaroo Jack. Here we go. Oh boy. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. There we go. All right. Can you guys hear it? No? Hold on. What the fuck? Hold on. Why isn't this refreshing? Refresh. You bastard. God damn it. Why isn't this fucking window showing up? Goddamn fucking kangaroo jack. Let me see. All right, it finally showed up.